Hey guys, Slater Magic here, and I just thought I'd share this wonderful story with you to ruin your day and piss you off. You know, when it comes to some stories, even though you personally are not involved in any way, shape, or form, it still is frustrating and aggravating for some reason. You will get pissed off after hearing this, okay? I guarantee it. So, you know Lucky, he's been in a couple videos. Me and him, we work any kind of job we can get, although lately mine's more just been like non 8 to 6 kind of stuff. Just selling on eBay, whatever. And he does that kind of stuff too. He actually refurbishes computers, which is what I occasionally do when I'm not selling cards. Honestly, at this point, it pays better. I should get way more into that. But yeah, we'll go to garage sales, yard sales, rummage sales, whatever you call them in your country, and find stuff that we know will sell higher online. We'll get stuff that we can quick flip at a pawn shop or something, and whatever. Like, we make money, we do what we do, and it's all legal too. That's a real shame because as smart as I am and as careful as I am, I would make a really damn good criminal. I should put that on a shirt if I wasn't so sure it was already on a shirt. Speaking of shirts, I have a new shirt design. Check this baby out. I was going to use the term straight out of mana, but this is more specific to a recurring situation, and also that was already copyrighted. Link in the description. So, he's been working on and off for like temp agencies, staffing agencies, and at various places. But the last place, like, his supervisor lied about a mistake that he purposely told him to do, and then like blamed him for it, even though he's the one who made the mistake. So then he got fired, and of course he can't prove it, and the person who told him that that's how it went down refuses to go to court and admit it, because then he'd lose his job. And, between the two of us, we've got about 20 stories like that. We just keep getting screwed over by unfair circumstances. Oh, and Lucky's been screwed with in the last couple years at least because of an ongoing ruling from a court case a long time ago that was horribly unfair and did not turn out correctly. So anyway, that leads to this, which leads to that, and both of our lives suck. Oh, and then there's the YouTube adpocalypse, which has cost me consistently over $1,000 in lost money per month. That sucks. Oh, and there's very bad construction near my shop that's preventing basically anybody from parking anywhere near it, and it's killing my business, and Amon Cat lost me over $2,000. So everything's going great for us. Not just complaining, I'm setting up the story. This is actually going somewhere. And of course, that somewhere is buy a shirt. I need the money. Just kidding. That's not where it's going. But just kidding. You seriously should buy a shirt. I've heard they're quite nice from the people who ordered them. So Lucky has some kids. They stay with his ex-wife because she's got more money and less, crappy work hours. And that's way out on the East Coast, but usually they come to visit for the summer. And they're not very old, and we're trying to convince them to work on a little bit of a project for us. We wanted to kind of hint at it, and this time I'm just like, you know what? If you want to get this done, you got to tell them the truth. So 100%, honest to God, I kid you not, in storage out on the East Coast where they live, their mother, I believe it is, unless it's like an uncle, cousin thing. I don't honestly remember. He told me this a while ago. But someone out there has a storage unit. It has some things in it from when they were together, and one of the things is a whole bunch of Magic cards. Now, Lucky kind of relearned the game, and he learned pretty quickly because he used to play way back in the day. And I mean way back in the day, because they haven't been married in quite a while, actually. So he is 100% sure, 100% sure, no shadow of a doubt whatsoever, that at the time in his collection were first edition, second edition, so alpha and beta cards, specifically, as he put it, the most powerful. He specifically remembers that there's Black Lotuses in this collection. In fact, he said he remembers purposely getting the Power 9 cards, or at least the ones, quote, based on jewelry. So, Mox Opal and what was the other one? Something Jet. Boy, I feel like I should know him at this point. But yeah, like the Lotuses, the jewelry cards, and since it's got the Power 9, I'm actually kind of wondering what the other three are, but whatever. I'd know if I saw them. I think it's Ancestral Recall or Visions or whatever the hell. Oh, I think Time Walk is one of them too. I don't remember. I kind of don't care because I kind of don't have the money. But I suddenly kind of would care if they're still in there and if we can get our hands on it. Now, I'm butchering the details of this, both for privacy reasons and because he told me this like 2 years ago and then has just referenced the story since, and I'm not too clear on the details. But we're trying not to let his ex-wife or her boyfriend or anybody else, any other family members, know exactly which cards are in this collection in the storage facility. If we did, in his assessment, they would steal it, lie about it, sell it, spend the money, and never tell him. So, naturally, last year when his kids were here, we taught them both to play Magic because, of course, we did. And they actually beat me at F&M. It was pretty impressive. Oh, and that's back when we went to the LGS from Hell, my former LGS. And surprised, they didn't care for some of the people there, and I caught one of the people, I believe it was the ex-judge at the time, trying to cheat them in a match. Because they were running like a speed heroic ambush boost deck. One of them was. And he was like lying to him about the rules, even though he was new. In fact, because he was new. I walked past, he didn't know I was listening, and I was ready to just deck that guy. I was beyond pissed. And of course, who's going to disqualify him? The other judge? The active judge? Probably not. I want to burn that place down. I really, really do. I wish Wizards would investigate places like this, although saying that, I do believe they've lost their DCI, membership or whatever, their ability to be a WPN location. It was suspended at least twice in the past, if not 3 times. You gotta actually kind of wonder how they're still a WPN location. It's very strange. So that was cool that they finished 11th place at F&M or something. That was pretty good. I mean, this is 3 weeks after we taught them how to play Magic, and they're both not very old. So we keep telling them, hey, you know what would be fun? Magic cards are so expensive, even though they've been to my shop and they know that I own 100,000 Magic cards. But we're like, hey, some older cards are really powerful and you can build all kinds of different decks. If you could, when you get back to the East Coast, maybe ask your mom, if you could swing by the storage facility, maybe look for the Magic cards. Don't show her. I'm sure she's not that interested. Don't look up the value for resale or anything. And just bring them with you. Maybe even mail them. We'll give you the money to FedEx, and we just love, for nostalgia reasons to get them back because they were Luckies and, he played with them back in the day, and just it would be cool to get them back now that he's getting back into Magic. Okay, so that didn't work. We reminded them 30 times, but they're, like I said, not that old, so kind of ADD, kind of lack of focus. So no matter how many times we remind them, they're like, oh, yeah, maybe I'll ask next weekend. Oh, yeah, oh, that's right. Oh, I totally forgot. So this time, considering they're going to be here in a couple weeks, I was like, because actually one of his kids texted me. He's like, oh, dude, we're so excited to come here because, you're awesome. We can play Magic again and we play around at your shop. I'm like, yeah, because that's not distracting me on a daily basis. But this time I replied, hey, those Magic cards that are in storage? It would be pretty cool if you could bring them with you. And then they were like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, oh, remember we mentioned it last summer? They're like, oh, yeah, I don't know which storage facility it is. You might have to give me some details. I'm like, yeah, I'll get that right to you. FYI, there's some kind of expensive cards in there. I'm like, dude, if you want to motivate these people, you got to tell them what's up. They're cool. So, hold on, let me get on my phone. I got to see exactly what I wrote. So anyway, he texts me, hey, can't wait for the summer. And then I put, yeah, it should be cool. And then he says, how's your store been doing? And I wrote, horrible. But I'm hugely famous on YouTube, and that's making a little bit of money. I can exaggerate slightly. I did just hit 25,000 subs, though. Whoa. That's gold medal at the Olympics level. Then he put, really, can I help out when we come here? And I put, sure. And then another day he just writes, sup. And so I put, hey, any progress getting those Magic cards out of storage? If you bring them with you, it's probably enough money to buy a new house. For real. And so he replies, what? No way. It can't be that much cash. And I wrote back, yeah, keep the value on the down low, though. Don't want anybody stealing or hiding it. Do try to bring it, though. And then I followed it up with, it allegedly contains playsets of Power 9, which, by the way, he said it was full playsets. Some graded. He said they're, like, Lucky said they're in, like, the little sealed plastic containers, so apparently somebody at some point bothered to get them graded. I guess it was him or something. I thought he said, like, his brother or cousin was more into it, but then, like, he gave him some of his collection. I don't remember. And so then I said, well, yeah, it allegedly contains playsets of Power 9, some graded. That's $10,000 times 4 each. I'm just generalizing, of course. And so then he replies, wait, which storage? He's going to drive there himself, and he is not even close to old enough to have a driver's license. And I said, yeah, you'll have to ask, I'll just put Lucky, because I use his real name, for details. By the way, I just hit 25K subs on my YouTube channel. Woo! With a whole bunch of O's. And then he wrote back, cool. That's a lot. So I guarantee you're going to see them in some YouTube videos because they're just too hilarious to not put on camera. Oh, and apparently they're also, like, into guns, like, because they're, well, East Coast. They're from that part of the East Coast, the part that everybody has guns. So, you know, gun range membership right here, a bunch of guns. So, yeah, we're going to have fun when they're here. I swear, I'm going to adopt these kids. They play Magic, well, that was kind of our doing, and they like guns. So, needless to say, but I'm going to say it anyway, hopefully sometime this June, / July, I don't exactly remember, they bring along with them, on the down low, a large collection of alpha and beta cards, some graded mostly Power 9. Yeah, that would be nice right about now, considering the financial situation that both me and Lucky are in. At this point, I might have to legally adopt his kids just for the tax dodge. So I know somebody's going to mention it. You know that lady that stopped in my shop a while ago? I made the story about it. And she said she thought she had an unsealed alpha starter from way back in the day. And she distinctly remembers it being the very first set of Magic cards that came out. They even knew the name of the store where they picked them up. They had proof that it would have been 1993 because that was, I don't know, their anniversary or something. I don't remember. Yeah, I haven't heard from her. I left her a message. Still haven't heard from her. So I kind of care more about this one. We even told them, hey, you know, we hinted that the cards would have an amount of value, like a noteworthy amount worth selling. We didn't say how much last summer. We said, hey, if you send a Macker, you know, we'll give you a cut of it. You know, I believe I said we'll send you each a gaming laptop because their computers are crap, which is ironic because we, you know, refurbish computers on the side. So yeah, they're getting like MSI Ghost laptops if they show up with some Alpha Black Lotuses, thanks. And, you know, naturally, Lucky owes myself a little chunk of change, like a noteworthy amount that would really help me out right now. So, yeah. Here's hoping they bring some cards with them. And don't forget, I guarantee I'm going to text them practically daily about it. Now, I know what you guys are going to say, so I'll just address it all right now. Why don't you go out to the East Coast and retrieve them yourself? Well, one, we'd have to basically break into the place. It's something about, like, the person who actually, their name is actually on it is, I think, his ex's new boyfriend or something. I don't know how that happened. And obviously they don't get along. So then if they heard we were coming out there and needed the key to get into, like, their place just to grab something, we were traveling all the way out there when they know how broke we are, a little bit suspicious. Might red flag it a little bit. So the perfect cover story is, hey, we taught the kids how to play Magic, and we want them to bring the cards back with them because they'll get some use out of them. And by get some use out of them, I mean, we want the $250,000 or so that these cards are probably worth. I mean, if we get these cards this summer, that would make a pretty good video for my channel, I think. And I swear, if they're, like, not in a deck box, not in a sleeve, like Alpha Moxes and Lotuses with, like, a rubber band around the deck, I am just gonna, like, make the saddest video ever with, like, Mad World by Gary Jules just on a loop for 10 hours. And it'll just be, like, me in the shower crying or something. I mean, let's be real here. There's some value there. I'll be crying all the way to the bank, but that would be hard to watch. I might have to age restrict the video just from the sheer horror of it. But like I said, a lot of the cards are graded. So, yeah, looking forward to that. There's a couple things getting in the way. One, the kids aren't able to get in there or the mom gets tipped off. Two, they forget, which at this point I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. Or three, Lucky's remembering it wrong, and they're reprints or promos. Well, actually, if they're like promos or something, who cares? He knows there's specifically Lotuses in there. But if for some reason he's wrong and it's one giant box of Homelands, I am going to burn it. It sounds like, once again, that is not the case, though. He's pretty sure about those memories, but then again, it was like 93 through at most 96. So hopefully you guys are as frustrated, pissed off, anxious, and just hoping for a positive outcome as much as I am at this point. I have no idea why I didn't make a video about this yet. I really don't. I guess it skipped my mind until they texted me that they're coming, and I'm like, oh, okay. So if there was ever a reason to hit that subscribe button just to see what happens this summer, I'd say this is the one. Maybe you like cooking segments, maybe you like box openings, maybe you like mega rants, maybe you hate me and I'm still trying to figure out why the hell you're still watching my channel. Seriously, I'd love to know. Is somebody holding you at gunpoint forcing you to watch my channel? Because it sounds like that might be the case for some of you, and I would call the FBI on your behalf. But anyway, if you want to see a giant mystery box potentially full of Black Lotuses live on camera with an actual reaction, maybe I would hit that subscribe button. Also buy a t-shirt. I'll see you guys next video.